So now what we're going to do is the fourth build for the chef Levain, which is essentially the same thing as feeding it. And so what we're going to do is 300, again, we're going to do 300 grams of AP flour. There we go, 300 grams. And 100 grams of the whole grain flour. 102, a little bit extra coming off the top. There we go. And a tiny bit of salt, another gram of salt, which I interpret as a pinch. And now we do the whisking together. So this is the third build. You see how it's sort of puffed up and it's airy. This is ready to turn into the fourth build. To do that, we take 200 grams of it. Comme ça. There's 120. And what do we got here? 200 grams. Now the rest of this I'm going to compost because all we need is the 200. And we're going to add 220 grams of water to it. This is essentially the same process as feeding it, but we're just getting it from a different source, of course. This is the third build being turned into the fourth build, as opposed to the current chef Levain being fed. So then again, we do the same thing that we do every time before. We cut this up into little pieces that float on the milky white water. And then, of course, we take the pre-measured dry ingredients and mix them together, the wet and the dry. Alright, again, we've reached that point where it's time to just dig in with our hands, finish the job. And again, it's a matter of gathering it all together and pressing it in a ball as it continues to hydrate. The water is dispersing through the mixed flours. And at this point, while the yeast is doing its thing, we've successfully cultivated the colony, and it is growing and eating and respiring and giving off a lot of gas. And that's what's going to make everything rise. There we go. It's coming together nicely as a ball. Almost. There we go. Alright, let's get these little bits. Come on, get in there. Okay. Now you get in there. There we go. And you see it's getting all smooth and tacky, not too wet, not sticky really, but you can feel that it's a bit tacky. coming together as a ball. And now we put it in here. And that's where it's going to rise in a warm place for about 4 or 5 hours until it pretty much fills this container.